I'm Full Paragon, and this is the Konosuba Fantastic Days tier list update for May 2022. April brought quite a few new important units for the meta, especially for physical. Kenpolia, Balzuma, and Ball Iris are all in A tier. Earth and Lightning should now have viable physical teams. That doesn't mean that mages can't be used or won't be used, just that you now won't see complete mage dominance in those elements, and in many cases, physical will be the better team, although not by a huge margin. Arabian Amy is also extremely good. She's going into A tier, and she'll be meta for Dark for quite a long time. We also got Arabian Dust, Chris, and Kenpo Erica. They're all good, but they're going to go into B tier. Light and Wind are just not ready to go into physical teams yet. Kenpo Mel was the big dud this month. She's going into C tier. Affliction kits are just quite bad. Sadly, there weren't any really good welfare or low rarity units this month. They all ended up in the lower tiers. There was quite a bit of other movement this month from older units. Several Lightning physical units moved up, thanks to Kenpolia being the gas that they needed to improve as a team. Original Mitsu, Axel Hearts Erica, Snow Chris, and Melissa Cat Cuddler, which is the 3-star Lightning version, are all good meta choices now, where previously they were off meta. Earthlia, who is a 3-star, is also going to be a great meta pick now, thanks to the Ballroom banner drastically improving the physical team in Earth as well. Bunny and OG Cecily have been demoted to D tier. They will never be used, and they're very bad. Overall, physical got better this month. It won't totally supplant mages, but it's now viable in a couple of arenas instead of always being much worse. We'll go over the elemental tier lists now. Fire didn't see any changes as there were no new fire element units released this month. Christmas Wiz is still the best unit in the element, with Megamine and Halloween Union both being awesome powerhouses in element. This is due to the fact that Megamine's explosion is just absolutely devastating in Fire Arena, and Halloween Union has that powerful agility up. There are a lot of other good options in Fire, but this element is totally ruled by mages. Whether we're talking about Welfare Union, a 3-star Megamine, Halloween Iris, Snow Aru, or Swimsuit Rin, all of those are mages except Iris, and Iris is really only run in the rear 5 slot, and even then, Snow Aru will often be better. Off-meta picks are going to be your physical options. There is a powerful Fire Mitsurugi, and the original Erica is still quite good, but they just can't keep up with mages, and I don't see this changing anytime soon. Similarly, Water saw no new releases and continues to be dominated by Amelia. You're also going to want to run a Yun along with that, as she's just the best water mage right now. Rin would be better, but unfortunately her wind-based ultimate is resisted in Water Arena, which means that she's just not as viable. The team continues to be a mage-based team, running even a 3-star Aru in the rear over Valentine's Iris. I again don't see this changing in the near term, but as summer approaches, powerful physical water units could shift this element to be more balanced, and then finally over to physical completely once we hit our 1-year anniversary and God Club releases. Although that will be in August, so it's still several months away. Lightning as an element saw quite a bit of change in April. In March, we got Lightning Silo, who was a powerful choice for mage teams. However, we also got right after her Kenpolia. Kenpolia is such a strong adventurer with a tier 2 agility buff on her ult along with a damage cut, and hitting quite hard while also having a tier 2 physical attack up, that she is the gas physical teams needed to catch up to mages. This is helped by the fact that there's relatively little in the way of mage options. Aside from Swimsuit Wiz, the only other 4-star is of course Silo, and then you're going to have to choose a 3-star Union to be able to build a team. Physical, on the other hand, has a lot of options. Snow Chris, Casino Iris, Original Mix Tsurugi, and even Axel Hearts Erica and a 3-star Melissa are all fantastic options in this element, backed up either by Swimsuit Aqua or El Silo, and will allow the physical team to work quite well. Kenpo Mel, who came out this month, however, will never see any use. She's much worse than the 3-star option, as her kit is based around Affliction Punishing, which has never been and never will be viable. The other element that saw some majorly impactful releases this month was Earth with the release of Ballroom Banner. Balsama and Ballroom Iris were exactly what this element needed. Previously, Earth had a real dearth of options, and teams were using 2- and 1-star units in Arena just because there wasn't anything better. But now there is. Earth is the only element I would confidently say that mages aren't really going to be viable at all, and instead, physical is going to be the superior option. The team will use Iris, Mitsurugi, and Leah for sure, with flex slots for Kazuma, New Year Aqua, and a backline that could be filled either by New Year Megumin in the front or all the way in the rear, and of course Slappy Ren, who is still the one and only true Earth Mage. Personally, I find it refreshing to finally not have every single arena dominated by the same cadre of mages, although it does make team building a little harder for free to play. The wind element continues to be Rin's home turf. She's easily the best thing there right now. Her support squad includes Onsen Yunyun, Cafe Cecily, and even Cafe Megumin, although ReZero Megumin is probably still the better option. Physical wind just doesn't exist right now. Even though it recently got a great unit in Kenpo Erika, she just doesn't have anyone to back her up, and so the element will remain mages, at least in the near term. Long term, things could change. As for light, of course, ReZero Megumin is the beginning and end of many conversations, as she's just the all-around best unit for pretty much every single arena, her only competition for the crown of Meta Queen being Christmas Wiz. The other top-tier meta unit is, of course, Original Yunyun. She's just able to deal so much light damage and support her team at the same time. If you don't have her, the next best choice is Princess Yunyun, who's the welfare version of her. Other good choices are Iris and, of course, RP Aru. Even though Chris and Dust both have very solid kits and came out this month, they just don't have what it takes to make a great light team yet, as the current roster of light units doesn't have a strong option for a tier 3 physical attack buff. However, that could change rather shortly. Aside from bringing the Ara, Arabian Amy was the last piece of the puzzle that Dark Mages really needed. She's a fantastic support option, providing gauge up, healing, and that ever-powerful tier 3 magic attack buff. Along with Original Aru and PJ Yunyun, she's going to be ruling the roost for quite a long time to come in Dark. And Dark will stay solidly mages. There's just absolutely nothing as far as Dark physical goes, and really, there's very few options for Dark mages as well. They're just lucky the few options we do have are quite powerful, so they'll be safe for quite a while. Combined, that results in the 4-star tier list that you see now on screen. As usual, our meta queens are ReZero Megumin and Christmas Wiz. They'll remain there for some time to come as well. However, we could start to see more shakeup in this tier list as more and more powerful units are released, and of course, as we see physical start to gain some edge in various arenas and allow it to compete, the mages won't remain queens of the meta for much longer. I always post updates to this tier list in a Google document, the link to which can be found in the video description. They come out with every banner, and of course I will try to release new videos going over how the meta has developed and what the new tier list will look like every month. As for what's to come, this is the end of the banners that have been officially announced. However, we can make some very educated guesses. The banners most likely to come out next in the timeline are Ninja 1A and B, Ninja 2, Maid 2, and PJ 2. This is based on the Japanese schedule and the holes that were missing from their permanent banner releases. The most interesting thing about the Ninja banners are the welfare units. Dark Rin with 1A and Dark Aru with Ninja 2. They're both great for free-to-play, but they won't really rock the meta. Mostly, Dark just needed some new additions, and they're what will get supplied. Interestingly, Dark Rin actually comes out alongside a water banner, and Dark Aru comes out alongside a banner that has a Dark Kazuma who's not very good, and a Dark Leah who's not as good as Axel Hart's Leah, so they're not really relevant aside from those welfare options. Overall, The first two ninja banners don't really rock the meta, and the gacha units are bad or boring, so don't bother pulling for them. Main 2, however, has Light Rin, who is absolutely awesome. She has a gauge up similar to Christmas Wiz, although it's 10% like Arabian Amy. Still, she deals quite a bit of damage and has a tier 3 magic attack buff, which means she could see cross-element usage and will absolutely be dominant in light. PJ2 is a snooze fest, don't worry about it. The ninja banners are the ones that are probably next. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Whoa, wait, hold up. Warning, new challengers approaching. Just as I was putting the finishing touches in on this video, a leak occurred and Danmachi was confirmed. It's being released this May. I don't have an exact date for you yet. However, as I've mentioned before, Danmachi contains units that are going to be absolutely hugely impactful to the meta, whether we're talking about Eyes, Danmachi Aqua, or even the Welfare Bell. The only one that won't make a big splash is Danmachi Darkness, but even she's not bad. So, expect a lot more videos on that coming out soon. That's the video, thanks for watching. And remember, Hestia is Bestia.